Hey guys, so today is November 24th. I hope you all had a really good Thanksgiving and good Black Friday sales or whatever. If you braved the cold and went out and bought a lot of crap, I hope you enjoy it, right? It should be worth something. I'm gonna try to make this as simple, maybe as easy as possible. I don't know how long this is gonna be. I'll do my best to make it as quick. Some of you hate podcasts, some of you like podcasts. Obviously, if you hate podcasts, then you shouldn't be listening anyway. So, just two main topics today. First topic, this year has been quite an eye opener for us as a company because we've gotten so many people signing up, right? And we surveyed a lot of them, and most of them said that they were BTFD people. They were buying a dip for the longest time. It's been working, and then suddenly it's not working anymore. And for whatever reason, we seem to be the firm that is being thought of as the experts in short selling. I don't know. We're not perma bears, really not. We trade long and short, doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter, as long as people see us as a beacon of hope, if you like. If you don't mind me using that, sure. All right. So it's one of those things, like I said. So people have been turning things around. People who sign up in June, July, August, October. We had a really, really good October. It was one of the best months we've had on record. Sure, most of our trades were on the short side because that was what the month was, but it was a record October. And what really breaks my heart is this: there were so many people who also lost a lot of money in October. Now, not necessarily from our trades, but from their own trades as well. Like they do their own thing, or as some of the clients are guilty of, they're also signed up with other people who give them newsletters and all that stuff. And that's all great if you're subscribed to us and subscribe with three other guys. I hope all these things will help you make a lot of money in the markets, right? But again, it just kind of boggles my mind that some people could not see that October was a big sell-off kind of month. So, we had a really, really good month. I don't recall, and again, I don't care if you think I'm being too cocky or, it's too impossible, but I really, and the people in the live trade room can even attest to this, right? Because I make my trade calls there, I take my trades there. I don't know if I actually lost money in October. I really don't. November, I'm pretty sure there was one or two times, because we're almost close to the end of November now. One or two times, actually three times. That I do remember. NQ was being a little bit stupid. I don't have my journal in front of me, but that's basically what it was. But got it back right away. So if there is one thing that is very certain, and that is a good segue to the next topic, which is the big one that I'm going to spend on, is volatility, right? It's very, very volatile this year. And that's what got people so confused. One of my students who I taught in June was so used to just a sleepy market. Like in 2017 was when he started trading. He was like, yeah, I could buy anything in 2017, man, and it would always go up like 2 or 3% the next week. So I was making bank. And that's the thing. Complacency never leads to anything good. My dad always, told me back when I was a kid, you become a complacent in life, you're not going to be able to spot, really dangerous things. And we could, I could digress and talk about that option sellers guy and saying that he couldn't see the rogue waves, right? But I'm not going to do that. There's enough videos on YouTube ridiculing him or making fun of him. As a former PM, I know how it feels to lose some money for clients, but at the same time we had really good risk management protocols at our firm, so we really didn't lose too much. Otherwise, a risk officer would come to your desk, maybe punch you in the face, and then that will be your first and last warning, and before you get fired. So that's sort of the thing, right? So volatility, is it here to stay? Is it gonna return to the normal, right? That's the $1 million question. Okay. Coming up, I think you already know, unless you live under a rock, we have the Xi Jinping and Trump meeting at the G20 on next Friday. Okay, we're all gearing up for that. That could either end the sell-off or continue to sell us off, right? But the problem is we have 5 days, 5 trading days until that happens. So you're basically asking yourself, well, do I trade the next few days or do I hold off, right? So the gamblers among you, the degenerate gamblers among you, will definitely trade. No doubt about it. Sunday night, Monday morning, you're gonna open up your computer, your phone, whatever, and trade. That's just what it is, right? That's just how it is. And I'm not here to judge you. If that's gonna be how you do it, that's great. For me, I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. I'm currently away. I'm using the Thanksgiving weekend to just long weekend to enjoy and because here's the thing, right? So volatility. That's the last topic there, right? That's the one that I want to end with. Volatility is a function of people's perception of whether there is fear ahead, right? There's a lot of uncertainty. All of the uncertainty that we have right now in the market have all been known. Don't even try to say, "Oh, I didn't see this." Everybody's been saying it. If you even read an article of Zero Hedge once a month, right? Even though it's a really crazy website, I still read it from time to time. But once a month, you will know. Now, those of you who have a Bloomberg terminal or signed up with MoneyNet, I'm not getting paid to advertise these guys, by the way. Um, you also will have seen all these warning signs, right? You got this Brexit thing happening in the UK. You got Italy, giving the EU the finger. I mean, and then you got rising U.S. dollars causing EM to implode. Again, there's just way too many things, right? And everybody seems to think, well, the U.S. is immune and everything else like that. So, but we haven't. And here's the one thing that's important. Back in January, we were never betting on a huge spike in volatility. We were like, let's just get through the first quarter of 2018, and let's see how it is, right? And then February came, and then boom, 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 markets crashed. You're like, okay, I guess we're shorting, right? So that's the thing. For us, it's for you when you think of Equity Sense, or when you think of our firm, all of us here at Equity Sense, you got to think of us as day traders. We're just day-to-day people, right? We live day by day. We're not investors. We're not swing traders. So if you're a swing trader and you're getting raped, and I'm pretty sure you're getting raped in this market, unless you're shorting, and you're fine. But if you're trying to go long, finding those support levels, when your MACD is telling you it's rising, 15 is above the 26, all that wonderful crap, then sure, maybe it's working for you. I hope so. If you bought Pepsi, sure, right? But point is, the volatility has been quite crazy, and people have been trying to make guesses as to where the VIX is going to go, the VXX is going to go, the UVXY is going to go, all these crazy things. So I hope in your trading for whatever is left of 2018, right? I hope there's one thing you can learn from this year, and it's that you cannot be complacent. Sure, in the last 5 or 10 years, it's been a daze, right? You've been just buying the dip and you've been making a lot of money. If that is the case, and then this year should be a wake-up call for you to either know how to hedge, so using options, or take profits, right? If you were, if you're listening and you're like, these guys are idiots because you know what, I bought Amazon in 2012 for $400, then yeah, you're fine. Of course, you're still up, a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. So I'm talking mostly to the traders who are listening to this podcast, not the investors, not the long-term whatever. We're talking about traders, okay? Because we are a day trading firm. So, those are the kinds of things that you would be learning from, right? Like that something like this can happen fast. I think you've probably seen the saying risk happens fast. That's basically what it is. Okay, so volatility is crazy. The way you can arm yourself or prepare yourself is to actually know how to trade, right? Unless you're with us, then I guess you don't have to worry because we're always watching the market. But if you want to, if you decide one day you're thinking, you know what, great, it's great that I have a newsletter guy or a subscription to somebody, but it's also good if I know what I'm doing too, then go and educate yourself, right? It doesn't have to be with our educational programs. You can go and buy a book. If you want to go the cheap route, buy a book. Go through free websites. I'm sure there's probably some free something somewhere, right? And try to learn from there, right? Point is, the best thing that you could do to prepare yourself, whether you're a long-term investor or a trader, is to really educate yourself, to give you to make sure your knowledge up to date, your skills are up to par, in case the inevitable happens, right? If there is a 1,000 point Dow crash tomorrow, I mean, we're going to be top of it, but if you're listening to this and you're not a client of ours and you're not a client of anybody's, then I don't know what you're going to do, right? That's just what it is. But our clients always have an idea because we always give them an opening rep and a closing rep. They always know what's going on. There is no BS when we tell them what's going on. We're not CNBC. We're not Bloomberg. We don't have time for fluff. We don't have time to keep vamping. We just, we're traders first, right? So we tell them how it is. The way we approach what we do for our clients, that we are foot soldiers in on the ground, battling it out every single day. So what they're getting is the raw, unadulterated, I guess, unmodified um, battlefield report. That's really what it is. Some of the guys who will read it will understand what's going on. Some of the guys who are super new to trading will be like, I have no idea what this is probably talking about. And that's the thing. When you don't understand something, that should be a challenge to you to actually learn, right? There is always something to learn. Life is meaningless if you have no purpose. Life is meaningless if you don't have anything to do. I mean, for me, I was a day trader. Like, I mean, I didn't have equities for a while. I was day trading for a while on my own. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed my time. I went around the world. I was trading every day, and I would trade maybe 2 hours a day, and then I would be doing nothing for the rest of the day. So it's great. Don't get me wrong. You go through that for 1 year, and you realize, if you've ever seen that show, Last Man on Earth, you'll be like, yep, this gets old very quickly. I mean, I think, not to try to sound or digress into being psychological here, but we are purpose-driven individuals, all human beings, right? So day trading is one thing to get you to where you want to be, but what is that other thing, right? So that's the whole thing with what's happening, and I hope that you can reflect this weekend thinking, all right, this volatility really caught me off guard. Now I got to do something, right? So if you want to go the cheap route, I don't know, scour through the internet this weekend, the next few weeks, learn. If you're going to go the expensive route, go learn, okay? I don't know. It doesn't have to be from us, right? We even have that Black Friday sale, that $75 for a trading class. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've spent more, 6 times that for Black Friday. I was gonna say Boxing Day, but Black Friday. So it's really up to you. For us, what we do here, right? We do our best to help people who really want and genuinely want to succeed in the markets, right? Because the market itself, and people will always have different views on this, because some people will be like, no, you can't learn from someone else. You gotta formulate your own ideas. Sure, right. Try learning how to drive a car on your own. Good luck with that. Try reading a book and see how to drive a car, and you'll probably be like, what the f, right? So, you know, um, it's not an advertisement for taking our classes or signing up with us. I can honestly tell you, we had a 100% uptick in subscription this year. I've had to hire 2 new people to help with what's going on. So, do we need more people? I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but we have enough. We have a lot, right? We were happy with having 300 people strong in Equity Sense for the longest time, and then boom this year, right? And I can just imagine, if there is a really crisis kind of year, right? Things are gonna get even more interesting, in terms of subscription, in terms of people, and all that, because there's a lot of people who are gonna be scrambling and heading for the exits. Okay, so I hope you're not gonna take this podcast as a doom and gloom kind of situation or talk, but more so just a reflection of what's been happening this year, and how volatility really can creep up unexpectedly, especially if you don't prepare for it, right? So I hope in your you take this constructively in terms of your own trading, that you'll learn, you'll prepare yourself to succeed. Victory always loves preparation. There's a Latin saying for that, I can't remember, but victory always loves preparation. And if you don't prepare, then you're definitely gonna prepare to fail, basically there. Okay, so have yourselves a good weekend. I want to thank you for people who signed up this weekend, people who bought any of our sales, and of course, our lovely clients. We love you. we thank you always for being with us. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for putting your faith in us. We're not option sellers. We're not managing your money, so we're not gonna be like, oh God, I shorted like natural gas calls or anything. No, that's not what we do. We do our best to give you the right amount, the right data, so you can make the right decision for your own trades. Take care. God bless, and bye for now.